First week of school turns into tragedy at a Minnesota Catholic school as 2 children were killed and more than a dozen others hurt. That is where we begin this evening at 5 o'clock. Thanks so much for being here with us. I'm Faith Jesse.
And I'm Jennifer Bellamy. Tonight, police say the shooter is dead and the search for a motive is now underway. The shooting happened this morning at Annunciation Catholic School as students were attending a back-to-school mass. And you can see from this map here on your screen just how close the church and the school are. Police say the shooter approached the side of the church and shot through windows toward the children sitting in that mass. NBC's Chris Pallone has the story.
Another mass shooting in America, this time in Minneapolis.
Just before 8:30 a.m., our city experienced an unthinkable tragedy.
It happened at Annunciation Church as children from the adjoining Catholic school celebrated the start of a new year with a mass. Neighbors described hearing the unmistakable sound of gunfire.
So it was sporadic. It was a semi-automatic. It seemed like a rifle. It certainly didn't sound like a handgun.
It was really scary.
10-year-old Weston Halsney says shots came through the window next to him.
I just ran under the pew, and then I covered my head. My friend saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit.
Several law enforcement sources have identified the shooter to NBC News as Robin Westman. Police say Westman was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol. They say the suspect died by suicide at the scene. Sources say Westman had posted videos online that referenced suicide, extremely violent thoughts, an apology to their family, and contained a sketch of a church interior.
The sheer cruelty and cowardice of firing into a church full of children is absolutely incomprehensible.
And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church.
Investigators say the motive for the attack is still unclear. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
Authorities say the 2 children who died in this morning's rampage were 8 and 10 years old. Of the 17 other people hurt, 6 children and 1 adult are in critical condition.